Fire conversations are round-table, informal discussions that occur between community members and agency staff, including DSE and CFA. The Otways Action Research Project is a partnership project between CFA, DSE and the community. The purpose of the project is to measure the effectiveness of fire conversations with the community. Fire Conversations provides people with the opportunity to share and learn together in an inclusive and open environment. Participants are able to tap into local knowledge and expert knowledge, as well as share each other's fire plans and their contact details, and generally network together. The fire conversation process enables agencies to learn and hear about local concerns, and also to build those relationships with local community members, including building trust.
There's so many different things that we're learning as we go along. Be tolerant of people and to listen to other people.
I didn't realise when I moved here how bushfire prone this was. I've learnt that, just don't be too complacent where fire is concerned.
Back in '77 we were burnt out, lost everything. The ones that have been through it can tell the others who haven't been through it, just what can happen.
It's the little tips we've shared with each other that have been really good. We know we've got to decide, and we have to decide whether we're going to stay or go and let someone know.
I say now, at my age, I would leave. I would not stay now because it just wouldn't be worth it.
Main thing is to have a fire plan and be strict with yourself and just get it organised and get it written down, and make sure if you're going to stay, you're prepared to stay.
It's such a complex issue. And there's not just one answer to it all. It comes down to yourself. It's got to be, I believe, a self-help and self-plan.
We thought if we applied community development principles to the way that we have fire conversations with communities, we were interested to see what we could learn from that process as opposed to the delivery of education to communities.
Fire conversations follow a natural flow, and the themes are basically developed from topics that are of importance to participants. So the fire conversation style uses the principles and the process of community development, and that's all about really building ownership so that people are driving the process. So it's not a top-down but a bottom-up process.
In some ways it's a very gentle way of facilitating, but it's also very much based on relationship and trust, because it's not just a one-off thing.
She's very good the way she conducts things, whereas everybody can have their say.
She's included everybody's opinion. You'll divert a little bit off the agenda, but she knows how to bring you back in a very nice way.
The way she conducts it is very open, very free, and gets us really thinking about what we're going to say.
So by doing good community engagement, by having a very open and honest discussion with communities, we're able to understand what their challenges are and to work with them to develop responses to it.
The fire conversations provide everyone with an opportunity to network and actually get to know each other, and when they get to know each other they can start making individual local plans and determine what their local risks are, and they learn more from each other. So in many ways it's peer learning. Often we kick off a fire conversation by asking people what they love about where they live, and this is all part of building that local connection to place. People often value where they live, and this gives them motivation to protect and care for that place.
Huge sense of community spirit. We're proud of our town. We care what happens to our town, and we care what happens to the people in it.
Oh, I love Cressy. I really do love Cressy. I love the people.
I have felt welcome from the day I moved in, and it's a wonderful feeling to feel like you're home.
When I first came here, it was Joan and Gwen that said, we're only a phone call away. And that's how it is.
That's part of your community spirit, I think. That's one of the assets of living in a small town like this.
Oh yes. We just like it.
Well, I think as an older person, it is just the greatest place to live.
So fire conversations are clearly aligned to CFA's goal of building a resilient community, And because people are connected to place and people, and they get the opportunity to have these fire conversations where they can exchange that love and concern for place, we hope that that process will build resilience through the partnership of that community with agency.
They've learned to make the connection that, you know, if they have strong relationships in that place, then they're going to be far better able to both respond and also, but more importantly, recover from a disaster.
Our community, in case of a fire, we'd make a point of keeping track of one another. We know what each other's plans are. It would be safer for all of us. And that's come about because of the fire groups and the fire guards.
We start to see an enthusiasm for people wanting to participate in the conversations that we're having. So they value that discussion and they continue to participate in them. That builds their capacity, and we see a greater level of community safety as a response to that.